It's great to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for the time. As we said, looking at your statement, we've talked this morning about the degree to which your group finds that this oversight board model is a failure. But they are going back and telling Facebook to get something in writing so people understand what the rules are. Is that not at least some marginal progress?
Well, not really. The way I'm looking at this picture today is I'm seeing a donut, and I'm seeing a lot of people chasing each other's tails around the rim of the donut, looking for answers. But the answers are in the hole. They're in a void. And we're never going to find them. We're never going to find these answers at Facebook. Why? Because the answers that we are looking for are systematic, transparent, and accountable public criteria for the rules of the road that will govern this unprecedented new communications medium that we call the Internet. The only way we are going to get these answers is from democracy, from public law, and from public standards based on rights, laws, and we're going to need new institutions to oversee and enforce it all, just as we did a century ago when we confronted unprecedented challenges of industrialism and invented what we needed to keep ourselves safe and to keep democracy safe in that age.
So you're talking about the way we got to rules, I assume, about, say, child labor. I mean, those kinds of unions, those came about through a lot of pain and hardship.
Well, on the one hand, we've got a situation where, the real question is, how do we govern this new medium in a way that will allow democracy to survive in the digital century? And not only to survive, but to flourish. And it does seem overwhelming. But on the other hand, and this is where your comment is so important, we know the answer. We know the answer because we have been here before. A century ago and more, we faced, in every industry, business owners had all the power. They had all the rights. There were no workers' rights. There were no consumers' rights. And you're correct. There were decades of struggle, but eventually the public, the lawmakers, we all said, no more chaos, no more injury, no more injustice. We're changing this. And that's when we finally invented new charters of rights and the legislative frameworks. And we invented all of these institutions which kept us safe then for the 20th century and are still keeping us safe. I mean, when you think about things like the FDA or the SEC or the National Labor Relations Board or the Federal Reserve, these and dozens of other institutions were invented most of them in the fourth decade of the 20th century, when we had given these big industrial companies a free run for a long time, and all they did was exploit and oppress. Yeah. That's the situation we're in now. We are being exploited and oppressed.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.